this time, I'll call the meeting order. Welcome to the next meeting of the Clinton County Board of Commissioners. This time, I'll call the meeting to order for the meeting of January 20th, 2026. State posted time for the current meeting. So with that, Madam Chair, do we have a quorum?
Yes, sir, we have a quorum.
Next item, I'll recognize Jason Falls. Jason's going to come forward and lead us in the pledge and give the night's invocation. Jason?
Please join me in the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you please join me in prayer? Dear Heavenly Father, God, we thank you for the opportunity for us to gather here tonight. We ask for you to watch over each one of us, watch over our elected officials, help them make wise decisions, good decisions for our community. Watch over each one of our residents, our public safety, our law enforcement, protect each one of them. Thank you for this opportunity tonight to be here to celebrate the wins, but more importantly, to celebrate becoming good young men and women. And God, we just ask for you just to be with each one of us, look for and help us with opportunities for us to grow closer to you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Next item, we'll recognize any elected officials present. Next, we'll recognize any veterans present.
Talk back there with Jason.
Jason Falls, United States Air Force. U.S. Army.
Your name?
Name, Paul McCoy. Paul Winford, U.S. Army. Stuart Spain, Marine Corps. Josh Buttocks, Marine Corps. Chris Willie, U.S. Army.
And you understanding
David Cotton, United States Navy.
Johnny Hudson, U.S. Army. Does all of them stand and have one of the county pins that we've got? And by any chance, do we have any of the school ROTC participants in the crowd? Give us your name. We appreciate you. Hey, give,
Back in the back.
Back in the back.
all the way in the back.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you for your service. Next, we'll recognize any law enforcement present.
Deputy Neil Hope, Clinton County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you all for being here. And last, we'll recognize any county department heads.
Chris Martin, Payne.
Floyd Norman, Staff Attorney.
Jimmy Hampton, Assistant County Manager. Rebecca Johnson, Special Services.
Just Rodriguez, Human Resources. Doug Stephan, Finance. Josh Davis, Solid Waste. Jason Falls, Public Relations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for what you do. First item tonight would be the motion to adopt the proposed agenda at this time. I'll recognize Vice Chair Deb Harden for a motion.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to amend our agenda to add a brief update from the county attorney in our closed session tonight pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-31811A3.
So moved.
Any discussion? If none, hearing none, all in favor will say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Right, the motion carries. First order of business tonight is 3 special recognition. All 3 of them are very important. As somebody mentioned earlier about the student athletes, so we're going to recognize both Crest and Shelby High School for their most recent football championship, state championships. Thank you both for being here, both schools. Congratulations on your accomplishment. So to begin with, we'll recognize Crest and Coach Greg Lloyd.
Thanks for having us tonight. I have some of our coaches and players here with us, representing Crest High School. Good evening. My name is Greg Lloyd. I had the good fortune of being the head football coach at Crest High School this past season. On behalf of our players, coaches, support staff, our school, our Future Chargers Booster Club, we thank you very much for all you do and appreciate this honor tonight and being recognized. We had a special group of young men this year, some excellent football coaches, but we was led by 22 fantastic seniors that had a wonderful year. We ended up 13-2. And what made this team special this year is we got contributions from all three phases of the game. I'm sure all you are football fans, but we were good on offense, we were good on defense, and we were good on special teams. And that's what made this team special. We scored a record for Crest High School. It was the most points ever scored by a Crest High team this year. We had 662 points scored. Our defense gave up 11.5 points a game, especially on that side of the ball, and then we had a great kicking game this year as well. So it was just a well-rounded team. The goals we set for ourselves this year were many, and we accomplished those. We know how good Cleveland County football is, and we want to congratulate Shelby on their great year, but also Burns and Kings Mountain, who have solid programs as well. When you're able to sweep the county and win all three county games, that shows you're a very strong team, and we were able to do that this year. So it was just a special year, and we had a great bunch of young men, and I couldn't be more proud of them. And thank you very much for honoring our team tonight. And we have a picture we'd like to present the commissioners, give it to Mr. Gordon there, and that from our state championship team.
You guys hold tight. She's got something to read
Yep.
for you.
Sounds good. Thank
Ready,
you.
Coach?
Yes.
Okay. 2025 Crest High School Football Championship. Whereas the Crest High School Chargers have brought great honor and distinction to their family, school, and community through their outstanding athletic performance during the 2025 football season. And whereas on December 13th, 2025, the Crest High School football team captured the NCHSAA 5A state championship with a 31-14 victory over Hunt High School, showcasing exceptional skill, teamwork, and perseverance. And whereas this remarkable victory marks the 7th state championship in the proud history of Crest High School football, a testament to the dedication and resilience of student athletes, coaches, and support staff who contributed to this great achievement. And whereas the Chargers' success reflects the values of excellence, sportsmanship, and community pride that are integral in the mission of Crest High School in Cleveland County, inspiring students, alumni, and citizens alike. And whereas the coach's leadership, the performance of key players throughout the season, the unwavering support of families and fans have all contributed to the Chargers' return to championship glory. And whereas this remarkable achievement brings recognition not only to Crest High School, but also to the broader community, highlighting the positive impact of hard work, teamwork, and commitment. Now therefore be it resolved that the Cleveland County Board of Commissioners hereby commends, congratulates, and gives special recognition to Crest High School football team celebrating their NCHSAA 5A state championship and their exemplary representation of athletic excellence and community spirit, adopted this the 20th day of January, 2026.
Thank you, guys.
Run back up against it.
Okay.
Let's just hang tight. Any commissioners, you got any brief comments? Tell them to
Yes, I
start with you.
would like to make just a brief statement, please. Start with congratulations to all you players and coaches. Of course, it takes both of you to get the job done. I spoke to one of the young men a while ago, and I played for Crest High School. I won't tell you when, because that'll date me, and it'll age me. I'll give you a hint and say, I played with Sid Bryson, so,
There you go.
it goes back a few years. But, very proud of what you guys have done, coaches have done, and, just overall, it's very exciting to see you doing this, and certainly brings back good memories, and we thank you. Keep up the good work.
I can't add much to that, except the community is very proud of you, and to have two schools win state championship the same year, that's just really awesome. I know we are a football community, but we're really proud of you, and the coach, 32 years and
31.
31, and, you know, you taught these boys teamwork, and, you know, they're going to take this through the rest of their lives and their leadership and things. So they're going to follow you, and we just really appreciate all of you and we're proud of you. Thank you.
John.
Yeah, you know, they've done said about everything that can be said, but we appreciate what you've done with the group and the teamwork that you display, because that means a lot. Even though you won the championship, it's a teamwork and the glory that y'all work together to get it done, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, I want to say congratulations, and I think it goes so much beyond just playing football. The lessons you learn, the responsibilities, teamwork, like you said, showing up on time, working your tails off to get where you get, that goes on in so much more than just the game of football. And I'm sure some of y'all will be seniors, maybe pursuing your careers, and I wish you all the best and congratulations. Obviously, Cleveland County is a football county, and we are very proud of you guys.
I would just repeat most of what's already been said. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations, Coach. You guys should be proud of what you've accomplished. You've got a bright future in front of you. We're proud of you here. We're proud of all the county schools. I come from a house divided. My bride graduated from Crest. I graduated from Burns, but too bad the Bulldogs couldn't make it through. But we're extremely proud of you guys and Shelby as well, which we'll talk about in a little bit. We wish you we wish you the best in the future as you go back, and hope you can repeat for a couple more years, as many times as you can get there. And maybe you can teach us how to keep up with the conference now. It's what, 5A, right? Looks like how many times it changed, Coach? It's like
It's
changed
changed
quite
a good
often, so
bit, yeah.
I can't hardly keep up with it.
Yep.
So, but anyway, that's something else to kind of digress a little bit. But thank you guys for being here tonight. And we're all, as been stated, we're very proud, and you guys should be committed on the work that you do and your accomplishments. Thank you, guys. And if you'll come forward and come back this way, she has a proclamation for you. We're gonna take a couple pictures.
You'll put your words, won't you?
Yeah, Phyllis is good at that.
Congratulations, Coach. Thank you.
Coach, you'd like to present.
So as we said earlier, we have two tonight. So the next one is, we're proud to recognize Shelby High School. So Coach Will Banks, looks like Coach Lloyd set the bar high for you, so come on up. We'll have a little competition in here. Didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
He had notes.
That's how it goes. We compete against each other a lot, so it's all good. Yeah. What an honor and a privilege it is to come before you. Appreciate y'all recognizing us tonight. You know, whenever you travel around the state and you go somewhere and you tell them you're from Shelby or from Cleveland County, conversation will turn to liver mush or the fair or the World Series, but oftentimes it's going to end up on high school football too. And there's a lot of good high school football played here, and as evidenced by Crest winning their state championship. Congratulations to them. What you see here, we got a lot of young men who are representing our team. A lot of our players are playing basketball tonight. Some are wrestling. But what you see the culmination of a lot of work that started this time last year. And, you know, a lot of people talk about young people today and it ain't like we were back when I was a kid and all that kind of stuff. But these young men here started last January the 5th and stuck with it all the way till December the 13th. A lot of them gave up their summer. A lot of them gave up
a lot of time in the afternoons after school. A lot of them gave up time on the weekends, going to visit different colleges or to go and just watch film and do some different things. So they have really committed themselves to excellence, and it showed this year. We were able to set a school record for us as well in scoring. We scored 800 points this year. We averaged 50 points a game. State championship game, we scored 84, which was pretty wild, and it was crazy to be a part of any game that you score that much. But in the state championship game, it was quite a feat, and we thought it was a record, but come to find out, I think Asheville or Raleigh or somebody back in 1917 scored more than that. But a great job by our guys this year. We also had some record-setting quarterback, Land Farmer. He became the Cleveland County passing leader in yards. He had over 10,000 yards passing and 132 touchdowns in his career, 135 or 5 or 2, Coach Emery, you remember? 135. So great career for him. But the other thing is our team also boasts an average of a 3.0 GPA. They're also good student athletes, and I appreciate that as their head coach. And it's easy for me to speak on their behalf when they are so committed and they do so well in the classroom. And like I said, it's a privilege to stand here before you, but actually it's a lot of work that happens between these players. I got my coaches back here in the back, Coach Dunaway, Coach Scott, Coach Emery. I've got some other support folks here with me. Philip Watson and team moms are here. And I mean, there's a lot of people that pour into our team, and I'm just lucky to be a part of it, and it's a privilege to be a part of it, and an honor to stand before you today. So we appreciate you guys recognizing us, and hopefully we do a good job of representing you in Cleveland County. So just thank you for this recognition tonight.
Thank you for being here. Just like we did before, we'll have Phyllis read the proclamation, and then we'll allow the commissioners a few minutes for comments. Then we'll take a few pictures. Thank you, Coach.
2025 Shelby High School Football Championship. Whereas Shelby High School has long been recognized for its rich tradition of athletic excellence, discipline, and community pride, with its football program standing as a symbol of commitment and achievement. And whereas on December 13th, 2025, the Shelby High School Golden Lions claimed the NCHSAA 3A Football State Championship, defeating Kinston by a score of 84-41, according to Google, the highest scoring state championship game in North Carolina high school football history. And whereas the 2025 championship represents the Golden Lions' 13th state football title and the 20th overall championship in program history, further solidifying Shelby High School's place among the most accomplished high school football programs in the state of North Carolina. And whereas the success of the Golden Lions is a direct result of the dedication and leadership of the coaching staff, the hard work and determination of the student athletes, and the unwavering support of families, alumni, school administrators, and the greater Shelby and Cleveland County communities. And whereas this historic accomplishment has brought statewide recognition and immense pride to Shelby High School, while inspiring students and residents through a shared celebration of excellence, perseverance, and teamwork. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Cleveland County Board of Commissioners hereby commends, congratulates, and gives special recognition to the Shelby High School football team, honoring their achievement as the 2025 NCHSAA 3A football state champions and commending them for their outstanding representation of their school and community. Adopted this the 20th day of January, 2026.
Yes, once again, I would like to, of course, congratulate coaches, all these young men, to hear that you're maintaining the great averages that you are and putting forth the efforts that you have to always be a force in football in Cleveland County. All I can say is I'm glad they didn't grow up quite this big when I was playing. It might not have been as much fun, but we're very proud of you, and you guys actually put Shelby on the map, and you have for many, many, many years. So I wish you all the best in your endeavors, and we appreciate everything that you do. Thank you.
I think I'm the only golden lion sitting up here. But, are we, I thought you were Crest, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Anyway, back when I was in school a long time ago, I don't think, I know they did the championships a little different, but I don't believe we lost a ball game. We tied one the whole time I was in high school. And everybody painted their tennis shoes gold. And we had bus loads after bus loads go to all the games, and it was things I still remember. And I know y'all gonna remember this for the rest of your lives, and just congratulations, we're proud of you. Thank you.
Yes, I'd like to say it, I'm proud of you too. Not only for winning a championship, but team building and what you've learned can carry you in the future after you're out of school, college, whatever, that y'all know how to work together and move together. And I sure appreciate all y'all done for the county.
And we will get this straight right now. I am a Shelby Highline. And that goes in this neighborhood, you know, this community, everybody is proud of where they went to school. And it's always a rivalry, and it's, you know, everybody can't wait for Crest to play Shelby, even if they're in different leagues now. You know, that's the game. And so always has been. I'm extremely proud of y'all. I'm proud to have went to school there. I'm proud to have followed the years through. I know you guys are going to go far with whatever career paths y'all go after this. And I'm just going to say, go Shelby.
Coach, you did good. You rose to the occasion. I would say that you've mentioned all the comments that are made across the state. I often hear the same ones, but often hear the high school football team mentioned as well. Crest and Shelby probably the most, but they mentioned the county football programs. You guys should be proud of what you've accomplished and what you routinely accomplish on a yearly basis, year over year. I'm proud of these young men, for what you've done for both schools and all the county student athletes and those around the region themselves, because they've really dedicated to their trade as far as the positions that they play and the sports that they play, and then they're doubling down on the work, which is the most important part. And they're going to take from that life lessons that's going to be well beyond what they've done here and some of the skills that they've learned. And it goes without saying that you and your coaches are from both and all the schools are instilling those life traits in our kids, and you all of it together is very important, and you all should be commended on that. So we thank you for being here tonight. We're proud of what you guys have accomplished.
Thank
You should be proud of yourself. I guess you guys were 2A, right?
We're
3A.
actually 3A now,
I'm
yeah.
gonna get it figured out.
Yeah, there's 8 classes now, and we're
Yeah, it's
3A.
hard.
Yeah, it is.
So thank you all. Appreciate you
Thank
being here. And if you guys, I don't know how we're gonna do this, Phyllis. You got your hands full now, but
Get
we're gonna like take a picture as well. Looks like we got a few more this time, so we'll figure it out. Phyllis will figure it out. Congratulations, guys.
Let's get coaches on either side. And then they're all big players, but the biggest players in the back.
Taller guys got in the back.
Yeah.
That's true.
Congratulations. Yes, sir.
Good Jimmy, good Scott, y'all.
Congratulations.
Nobody move, we're getting pictures. You guys should get one.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, we have to worry about it.
All right.
Thanks for coming.
congratulations.
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 Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate it.
Enjoy your son. Good.
Thanks,
was
Coach.
fun.
Appreciate it. We have a coach. We can send pictures and stuff to you guys. No. You're off.
Need some help?
Apparently.
All right, this next topic is very important as well, is continuous, special recognition. So this is cervical cancer awareness month. At this time, it's an honor to recognize Lindsay Lee with Get In Good With Your Health. She's gonna come forward with a short presentation.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Lindsay Gillette Lee, and in November of 2022, I was diagnosed with cervical cancer, stage 3C. I went through 45 rounds of external radiation, 6 rounds of chemo, and 5 rounds of brachytherapy, which is internal radiation. And as of April 2023, I am cancer-free. Cervical cancer was never supposed to be a part of my story, but since it is, I have become an advocate ever since. And my goal is to hit all 50 states, letting everyone know about cervical cancer awareness. And January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. I started my own nonprofit called Getting Good With Your Health. And every year since I was diagnosed, I host a health fair here in community in Cleveland County, to raise awareness for cervical cancer. I have so far hit 5 states. My goal is 50, to make sure that people don't have this same story. I want the next generation to not have to go through what I went through. Cervical cancer is one of the cancers that is preventable through the HPV vaccination. You can get it at the age of 9. It is for girls and for boys. And it is very important that people recognize that not all cancer is pink. So I thank you guys for letting me talk tonight and for getting me this proclamation.
Thank you.
Okay. Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas cervical cancer is one of the most preventable and treatable forms of cancer when detected early enough through regular screening and follow-up care. And whereas individuals and families in Cleveland County are strongest when health education, preventative services, and access to care are available, understood, and supported through our community. And whereas routine cancer screenings are proven tools that save lives by identifying cancer and precancerous changes early when treatment is most effective. And whereas health equity, awareness, and outreach are essential to ensuring that all residents of Cleveland County, regardless of age, background, or circumstance, have the knowledge and opportunity to prioritize preventative care. And whereas healthcare providers, public health professionals, educators, community organizations, caregivers, and advocates across Cleveland County work together to promote wellness, support those affected by cervical cancer, and strengthen the health of our community. And whereas Cervical Cancer Awareness Month serves as an opportunity to encourage conversations about prevention, honor survivors, remember those lost, and reinforce our shared commitment to community health and well-being. Now therefore be it resolved that the Cleveland County Board of Commissioners hereby proclaims January 2026 as Cervical Cancer Awareness Month and encourages all citizens to recognize that cervical cancer is preventable, encourage and support the women in their lives in taking charge of their health, and avail themselves of the tests and vaccines that are proven so effective in preventing this cancer. Adopted the 20th day of January, 2026.
Thank you.
Anybody? Call anybody got comments?
Yeah, I would, just like to make a short statement, please. Thank you for being here. Thank you for what you're doing. You will help many, many people throughout your life. I'm certainly happy to hear where you stand today. I've had a lot of exposure to what you're dealing with. I lost my first wife after 32 and some odd years to cancer, and I'm in a situation now with a wife with stage 4 cancer that has metastasized. So don't give up, honey. do what you do,
Thank you.
and, God bless you.
Thank you.
And I appreciate it as well. I had a brother and sister that both died of cancer in their early 50s. And, you know, we need more research. We need more done. The answer's out there somewhere, and we appreciate you fighting on.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate all you're doing, and I'm about like Tony, I lost my first wife in 2000 with breast cancer. Then my second one I lost in 22 with brain tumor. But I consider myself a very fortunate and lucky man that I've had two good women love me like they did and put up with my junk, because a lot of women, you know, and a lot of men is lucky to have one good woman, and I've had two, even though I lost both of them to cancer.
I would just like to commend you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
I hope you make all 50 states.
Thank you.
I think it's a great goal. I think it's a great mission that you're doing. And I'm so glad that the results you've had are, you know, positive. And I wish you the best in your endeavors.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your success beating cancer. It's definitely a blessing, as you've advocated, or you mentioned tonight. Thank you for being an advocate for this critical cancer, as well as others as well, and the attention that you're bringing to that. But best of luck as you embark upon your large endeavor, and safe travels. And we commend you for what you're doing
Thank
in
you.
the community here locally. Thank you again. Appreciate you being here.
Thank
We
you.
do have a document for you. We'd
Okay.
like to take a picture if you don't mind. We'll also get you squared.
Two times ago. Thank you.
The next part of the agenda is public comment. No one signed up for public comments, so, Mr. Sink, if there's no objections, we're gonna forego the paragraph, reading the paragraph. All right, so next item on the agenda is consent. So with that, Commissioners, we've all presented the consent agenda within our packet. It's time to entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Like, none, all in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed? All right, that motion carries unanimous. Next item on the agenda is a public hearing. We do have one public hearing tonight. It's planning case 25-16. This time I recognize the clerk.
After the public hearing has been opened, citizen speakers will be acknowledged in the order in which they signed up to speak and will address all comments to the board as a whole and not one individual commissioner. Speakers will address the board from the speaker's podium at the front of the room and will begin their remarks by stating their name and address. Discussions between speakers and members of the audience will not be allowed. A public hearing is not intended to require the board to answer any impromptu questions. Speakers are expected to be civil in their language and presentation. All comments from the speaker shall be directly related to the subject of the public hearing. Each speaker is allotted 5 minutes to address the board. A speaker is not permitted to share, reserve, or relinquish any remaining time allocated to them to another speaker.
All right, so the item tonight is planning department case 25-16. This is a request to rezone 1032 or 1032 West Stagecoach Trail from residential to general business conditional use. This time I recognize Mr. Martin. Chris, I believe this is the site of the former Upper Cleveland Rescue Squad building.
It is, Chairman. And thank you for introduction, and good evening, board. We have for your consideration this evening a request to change the zoning district of this parcel where the former Upper Cleveland Rescue Squad was located. And the property is at 1032 West Stagecoach Trail, just outside of the town limits of Lawndale on the west side of town. And the applicant is SCS Transmission Services, and they're currently occupying the property. It's about 4.5 acres, and they're asking to change it from residential zoning to general business with a conditional district attached to that. And what that means, when you compare those districts, with the current zoning district, you have the residential zone, and that allows for single-family dwellings, multifamily dwellings. And then with the corridor, since 182 or Stagecoach Trails considered Highway 182, it's also considered an arterial road, which along with that comes some commercial uses. So you also have some retail and office uses that are currently allowed on the property. The requested district is a conditional district style, and the meaning that the applicant shares with you what they want to use the property for, and they share with you a plan, which you have in your packet, that shows how they want to use the property. The applicant, in this case, wants to use the building for an office, a shop, and then general parking for the equipment and the trucks that they utilize for their business. SCS Transmission Services is the applicant, and the business that they're proposing is an electrical contractor. So they're one of the type of contractors that do work for the companies like Duke Power and REA that service our area for electricity. With the conditional district, zoning district, you're basically creating your own zoning district with the one use, and that's important to think of it that way, because if SCS, if this were approved and they were ever to abandon the property or transfer the property to another property owner, if a new use is proposed, they would have to come back to this board and share that new use with this board, and this board would then need to consider a new zoning district for any new use. So if approved, SCS Transmission Services could only use it as they're proposing to you tonight. The property, with the aerial photo, you can see the general layout of the parcel. It's outlined in black. It sits on the corner of Highway 182, which runs east and west, and Churchview Road. The existing building would be utilized, the existing parking lot would be utilized, and then when you look at the properties surrounding it, you'll see a mixed use, which is expected on these major roads like 182. You'll see some residential across the street, and then adjacent to the subject property, you'll see an auto parts store, and then there's a supermarket across the street from there. So you've got a mixture of commercial uses and some residential uses in the area. Zoning district is residential, which is represented by the color white. The outlier, the pink, is a neighborhood business for the supermarket. The site plan that's shared with the application shows the existing building being used as is, so no additions to the existing structure and no new structures would be placed on the property. They plan on using the existing parking lot, and they are proposing to reestablish a parking lot that sits north of the property or of the building. In our land use plan, which our general statutes say that we should always look at and consider, cause this area secondary growth, which is the green color, and then the secondary growth area, our document describes that area as mostly residential with commercial uses being strategically located along highways and intersections. We've shared this application with our planning board at their December meeting, and they recommended approval, and they commented and noted that it seems compatible with the past use, the existing uses around the property with the auto parts store and the supermarket, and they felt like it would be consistent, that the proposal, as proposed, would be consistent with the land use plan. So tonight, what you'll do is hold a public hearing. And we've ran through the notification process and posted the signs and ran the legal ads for that. You'll consider the land use plan and the planning board's recommendations, and you can approve or deny the request.
All right, thank you, Chris. Any questions from the board before we open for?
I have one. I'm just curious, how long have they been operating up there?
I'm not sure.
Any,
Applicant is here with us tonight, so I
Yeah,
think they could.
okay.
Well, actually, the Upper Cleveland Rescue Squad was in that building, and they were functioning just about like the people in it now, but they never came before anyone to change the zoning, did they?
They didn't. The rescue squad would have been considered a public safety. And public safety, yeah, they're allowed in all the zoning districts, so they wouldn't have had a reason to change the zoning district.
It's in the business corridor anyway, so.
Yeah.
Right, you currently can have some
Right.
commercial uses on the
Right.
property.
Yeah.
It's just this particular one that they're wanting to perform there needs a change.
Any other questions? All right, if not, I'll now declare the public hearing open. We did have one citizen, has a desire to speak, and at this time I'll recognize Justin Workman. Hey, Justin.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen of the board, certainly appreciate your time. I am here to represent SCS Transmission Services. I am a lifelong resident of Cleveland County. I've lived my entire life. The address I put there, 127, actually I grew up across the road, but I built a house across the road, 127 Beech Nut Creek Road. It's up off of Wards Gap Road at the north end of Kaiser, and that's right up in against the Burke County line. About as far north as you can go to still be in Cleveland County, but I'm afraid you guys are stuck with me. Prior to we're taking a position I now hold with SCS Transmission Services, I worked for Rutherford Electric Membership Corporation for 25 years, and still in that industry of building power lines and substations. That's what SCS Transmission Services does. To answer your question, Vice Chair Harden, we've been occupying that property since October. We have a lease with an option to purchase. We're not going to execute that option to purchase until we got the zoning changed to general business. I think any of us could look at that piece of property and say that it was developed as a commercial piece of property, if you will, or a business type piece of property. It's got a 7,000 square foot building on it. We plan to use exactly as is. It's perfect for our use. We just really want to have 3 or 4 office folks in there, myself included. Pretty excited about that. This really doesn't have a bearing on what we're here for, but I have 3 children in school at Burns and Burns Middle School, so it's right around the corner. Pretty convenient for me. But we plan to use the property exactly as it is. We don't think it'll be a big difference in the way it was used before. We will filter crews back and forth through for safety meetings, onboard training, and quarterly trainings. I have 5 minutes here to speak. I don't know if you got any more questions that I could answer for you besides the fact that we are called SCS Transmission Services. I can't work on the transmission in your vehicle, but if you need a power line or a substation built, let us know, because we are proud of the small part that we do to help provide an essential service to our region. You have any more questions for us as the applicant?
No, thanks, sir.
All right, thank you very much for
Thank
your
you,
time.
appreciate you being here. All right, Mr. Workman was the only one, so at this time I'll declare the public hearing closed. Members of the board, it's back to us to make a decision, so, does anybody have any questions for Chris?
I know.
Hearing none, what's your pleasure? So we need to consider both the land use plan and the planning board recommendation, which, the planning board was unanimous. Was that correct, Chris?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve. It looks like it's a perfect fit, and they're operating there now. I don't see any problems.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion second to approve the application. Any other discussion? All right, hearing none, all in favor will say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Congratulations, sir. All right, next item on, we're now to the regular agenda. The first one, I'll recognize manager, Mr. David Cotton. It's Catawba revenue for capital resolution or capital projects.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioners, what you have before you this evening is a proposed capital resolution, which would dedicate all of the revenues from the various revenue sources within the intergovernmental agreement between Cleveland County and the Catawba Indian Nation, which was entered into December of 2019. The purpose of the resolution is essentially to direct all funds received to our capital reserve, which we could then use for capital projects, debt service, major maintenance. And the reason that staff is recommending it at this time is that the IGA has a 20-year term limit. So rather than augmenting our operating budget set this aside for one-time expenses, I think would be the prudence measure for the county to use these dollars for as the money comes in. The casino is slated to be fully operational by the end of '27. So the maximum amount that the county would receive should start flowing in early 2027. And it is staff's recommendation that the board adopt the resolution.
Thank you, Doug.
Yes, sir.
Questions or comments from the board?
I guess I got a comment. Like I said, I think it's a good thing that we set this aside for capital expenditure or whatever, and it's not put in the general budget, because when the contract cease, you know, we've got a high budget, and then you gotta do something about it, but we can have this money as an extra fund to support the different things, like, you know, we're adding on to the rescue squad, we've got different things going on, and that money can be used. So I think it's a good idea to have it separated and put in a separate account so we can use it for different things. Now, I'll make a motion that we approve it.
Okay, we have a motion.
I agree with everything Johnny said, and, you know, if we need it for debt service or something, I'm sure we can always move it around that way, but since we don't know what it's gonna be, we wouldn't want to put the general fund budget and allocate it, and it'd just be better to do it this way. And I'll second that motion.
I have one. I think you also are going to prepare a debt capacity model.
Yes, sir. We'll do that as part of the 26-27 budget. Yes, sir.
Are there any other questions or comments?
The only question I would have, is this resolution something that's been in place and we're changing this, or is this the way the resolution was written in the beginning?
This is an original resolution drafted by staff.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it has nothing to do with the IDA.
Okay.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're
That's
just,
what I thought you said.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, if not, we have a motion to second. All in favor will say aye. Anyone opposed? All right, motion carries unanimous. Next item on the agenda is solid waste cell 4 construction project bid. This time I'll recognize our finance director, Mr. Steffen.
Good evening, Commissioners, County Manager, members of the public and audience. We're here to recognize that we have received bids for the cell 4 construction of the landfill. This is the next phase in our landfill plan to expand with a new cell. The funding for this was approved, and we funded it through debt service or through bond funds, which were issued earlier. The engineer that the county has hired is Garrett Moore. They reviewed the bids that we opened on December 11th. There were 5 bids received. Earnhardt Grading was identified as the lowest responsible bidder. And this here is the list of 5. There was a base bid and a bid with alternates. The alternates were as a difference in how we were to construct the cell and liner. What ended up being was that Garrett and Moore recommended that we go with an alternate to the alternate, essentially a modified version of it, which would reduce the cost. And the difference was the base bid was an all soil protective layer or cover, and then the stone was the alternate, And instead of doing all stone, which was far more expensive, we're doing only a portion of it with stone. There's a picture of that here. This the green border pretty much shows where the new cell is going to be. The red shaded area is the alternate of the stone. Your action tonight is to approve and formally accept the bid from Earnhardt Grading for a price of $6,879,577.30. Or not accept the bid, and at that point, we'd have to further address what we would do to continue.
Thanks, Doug. Board, what questions or comments do you have?
I have one. If you don't mind, let Josh explain what the cell is used for and what a cell is. I know, but some of the public don't, and how long it will last us as far as disposing of waste.
Yes, the landfill.
Josh, can you come up here? Yes, explain that and just what municipal solid waste.
Sure, municipal solid waste is essentially your normal household garbage or even furniture, anything pretty much excluding C&D waste, which is construction demolition, or prohibited items such as tires or pallets that the state or federal government doesn't allow in landfill. What makes this type of landfill different is it has a liner system underneath. If you could imagine a swimming pool liner that catches all the water, it has a drainage system in it. That's what Philip was referring to with the gravel or the stone. The previous cells of our landfill have all had, for a protective layer over that liner, kind of a sifted soil, which is a lot less expensive because it comes off the site. And especially since Hurricane Helene, gravel costs and even the availability of gravel is just not really sustainable for that much at this time. The proposed change that took it to 6.8 was particularly the last acre around the lowest point of the landfill where all the water will gather. And the idea behind putting gravel there is so that it puts less head pressure on the actual liner itself to try to prevent leaks in the future. It's more of a long-term investment for safety.
How long will this cell last us?
7 to 10 years, depending on volume. Right now, they're lasting between 8 to 10 years.
And by alternate, where we're using as an alternate, the gravel that meets all state and federal requirements, just as the others.
Yes. And I was particularly opposed to the gravel. When we started designing this, the engineers were hard set on doing gravel on the entire liner. There would be a complete learning curve for my team because we've never had a cell like that, and just the cost of it didn't make sense. We haven't had any problems with the drainage systems on our current landfills. I did like the 1 acre of gravel for, long-term peace of mind.
Any other questions for Josh?
No, my question was how long is this going to last us? And if we get 7 to 10 years for this investment, it seems prudent.
There's probably a year of construction by the time we get everything completed. So it would be around 10 years from now before we're ready for another cell to start construction, as long as our volumes don't dramatically increase, because we still have some capacity now.
All right, thanks, sir. Any other questions? Any other questions or comments? If not, I entertain a motion. We need to either approve or deny the request.
Make a motion, we approve.
I'll second it.
Any other comments or questions? Like, hearing none, all in favor will say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries unanimous. The next item is closed session, and we're going into closed session for 2 topics. Before I read that, any board members have anything they'd like to report before we go into closed session in case citizens leave or tune out of the streaming version?
I just say go to the grocery store and get your milk and bread, because it seems like it's coming this weekend. everybody be safe and take care of your neighbors.
I assume we're preparing for that
Yes,
without
sir.
question, and absolutely. If citizens need to know anything they don't get from the weather anywhere else, we'll make notifications.
Yes, sir. Between our social media, our hotline, and our website, we'll be pushing out notifications to the public and staff as well.
All right, thank you. So, board, so a closed session for North Carolina General Statute 143, 318, 11A6 to consider the qualifications, competency, performance, character, fitness, conditions of appointment, or conditions of an initial employment of an individual public officer or employee or prospective public officer or employee, or to hear or investigate a complaint, charge, or grievance by or against an individual public officer or employee, and also to hear a brief update from the county attorney in closed session tonight pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143, 318A, and this is A3. So we're going in closed session for A3 and A6. With that, entertain a motion to enter closed session.
So moved.
Is there a second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, the board, we're in closed session, and we'll reconvene in the conference room. during the closed session, the board gave direction to staff on both items, which was, what reference number again?
It was, I'll tell you just one second, sir. It was,
318, 11A,
And it
6,
is
and A, 3.
yes, sir.
All right, with that, the next meeting of the Cleveland County Board of Commissioners will be held here in the Commissioner Chambers on Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026, beginning at 6 p.m. With that, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, thank you all. Stay warm. Don't slide around in the ditch when it snows.
Yes.